Hey, episode 266 of the Blathering Live. I'm Cat Napzok here live with you, or maybe you're listening later. I love the Listen Later crew. Leave a nice comment down below if you're listening later. Hey, if you're watching or listening on the podcast feed, let me know too. Shout out to Carbon Swap, Chris, who actually texted me today that he listens on the podcast feed. Fun show tonight, big show tonight, but also somewhat of an unplanned show tonight. We got things going on. It's Thursday. Talk a little news. Is Bad Bunny going to be investigated for dancing provocatively? We're talking about that. We are also going to take your sinful confessions. Big segment last week. You guys had some wonderful confessions. Maybe we'll get an update from Brady's situation, but that might need its entire own show. We'll talk a little sports if we need to. GOT, I think. I didn't confirm with Jared. We're going to do a little GOT. He's dancing. I guess that means we'll do that. And also Scotty J-Ro threatened to call in. No idea what he's going to do. That's kind of the sweet spot that we'd like to live in. With me, as always, is Producer Steve. How you doing, Producer Steve?
Living the dream, Ken, as always. Thank you for having me. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm excited for Thursday. I always get into, whenever I open up StreamYard to sign in, I'm always thinking to myself, thank God I'm using the Thursday link today. It's just one of those weeks. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And you bring up the true fact here. If you're a Patreon supporter or a YouTube channel member, you get to call into the show. And those links are up there on Patreon, and they should be pinned. If not, Jared the Tie Pilot yells at me, as he should. And you can check the community posts on YouTube. Yeah, please call in. We want your sinful confessions and other things tonight. Other people planning to call in as well. Addie's been a channel member for 18 months. Dr. Addie, she's grateful for my time in the community. We're grateful for Addie. No science this week. Addie had some things she was working on, and Producer Steve, I so love the science segment. I so obviously appreciate Addie's presence in our community and on the show. I felt so bad. She was like, almost like, I have to take PTO from science. Like, we're grateful for you. You don't have to work if you can't this week. No science. Trump administration did absolutely just, doing their best to erase the myth of climate change today as well, Steve. Not a story we're going to dive into, but, the battle still continues.
Ken, the Dow's up over 50,000. Okay, just focus on the stay on target. Okay,
you gotta do it right. You gotta do it like Pam Body. It's up over. Man, I gotta claim my time back. It's up over 50,000.
That's just my new go-to excuse for just anything now at this point. But hey, shit sucks, but the Dow's over 50,000. So we're okay.
It's okay. And it went down today. I watched. I had a chance to watch that congressional subcommittee hearing, whatever the hell was going on. And I don't sit down and watch those often. It was infuriating, and not just her, Jim Jordan, everyone. And I'll say this: I think, and it's something my buddy Pat Conkey said on his channel, Culture, Faith, and Politics, about a lot of these hearings are grandstanding just by nature. It's just by nature. I don't care who you are, what side you are, what it is. It's this or that. I get it. It's just kind of it's a thing. So it's easy to get cynical about it, but this one was just over the looking glass, man. It just was to watch all these Republicans get up there and be like, "Don't worry about the Epstein files. What about Merrick Garland, Pam? Could you tell us more about what Merrick Garland did?" It just was infuriating, Steve.
Ken, the worst rich kids from high school are running the country, and it's just it's those testimonials just give you the absolute window into that world 100%. It's just good God, it's shit slinging. It's name calling. I always love a good placard above or behind like a representative's. Like they have like some 20-year-old aide like holding a giant thing they bought at CVS like an hour ago. That's like a giant poster board with like pictures and shit like taped to it. Those are always fun.
When did that start? I'd love to know. That's a documentary little film we should make. When they started sending the staffers out to CVS, I think they're effective. Katie Porter was great at them. Others are great at them, but I don't remember that growing up. I don't remember Joseph Robinette Biden in the Senate, going, hey, sport, look at this sign, buddy. Yeah. Like, I don't remember that.
Biden back in the day probably would have been good with one of those like extendable like pointers, at a poster or something like that. I think he would have been effective. Oh. No, I think that probably started. If I had to take a guess, I don't actually know. I would guess Clinton and Lewinsky. That's around that time period where we made, just that would be my general guess. Uneducated, uninformed guess.
We'll have to find out. We'll make a video. That's this is why I want the Capitol. I need to get a small business loan to just, hire you full-time staff. I want little Blathering mini docs on this kind of stuff. It was 1833, and, Senator Cabot Lodge Jr. Grabbed a parchment paper and wrote all over it to make his point. Anyways, so we'll talk about that. We do want to talk about one news item, then we'll get Scotty in here. Watch the Bombad cast later after this show completes. Then you can flip on over to the Bombad cast. Also, shout out to Jerry, the Canon Junkie from Bombad. He is here. He says, hey, catching the replay. Fantastic show. Yes. All right. He maybe made a prediction. We got a super chat from James in the UK. We'll answer that here in a second. There's one big news story, and there's a lot of big news stories every day. There's one news story that jumped out, and I sent it to you, and I said, Steve, we got to talk about this. What the hell is going on? Are we investigating Bad Bunny for dancing?
Yes, we are. We are using taxpayer funded resources to investigate the. I had the quote here pulled up. I had the story here where we have two representatives from our fine House of Representatives in Congress have decided to launch an investigation. For what was described as explicit and indecent content showed to America's children during the Super Bowl halftime show. This is Andy Ogles, Ken, the House of Energy and Commerce Committee. He posted, and as part of this, whole initiative, quote, children were forced to endure explicit displays of gay sexual acts, women gyrating provocatively, and Bad Bunny shamelessly grabbing his crotch while dry humping the air.
Some those 20 years laid out. Yeah, some 20 years removed from Nipplegate, which all fell on the shoulders of Janet Jackson because of the society and the system we have. And Timberlake didn't take any heat till later, when years later he apologized for his part in that. Now we got Bad Bunny in the crosshairs. Steve, I love this story. You know what? I want them to investigate. I want them to investigate.
Yes, please.
Nobody thinks about more than Republican politicians. No one can look at something and be like, it's gay. No, it's dancing. What are you thinking, Randy Fine? What do you want to see, Randy Fine? And this scratches the bigger itch I have for, and I mentioned it in my 3 things today. Hope you all got a chance to check it out. Serious episode, I know, but just one of the things I ruffle up against is the purity culture in a lot of organized religions, especially evangelical religions. I have something was in the middle of growing up, where I understand some of the intentions of it, but it's all about this fear. It's all about this fear of one dance, you gyrate on the dance floor, and you will be sent straight to hell. It's such a weird, oppressive system of control, all wrapped up in this pearl clutching that could really only be found in our country. I'm sure in other churches around the world it's somewhat similar, but we're the only culture in which you look at 2 people dancing and your first thought is sexual relations. Other countries, it's a celebration of body, mind, soul, sensuality, sexuality, your own personality. And I want to push back against that whenever possible, which is why I tell everyone in our chat here, drink and fuck, Steve.
I mean, that's a good lesson in life, Ken. That's if you have to really boil it down to just a few things, life is short, and drinking and fucking can help make those go along.
It is. And shout out to DJ Bruja. Nice hat. Yes, I love my DJ Bruja hat, and I think you all should get your own. But also, a side note, we'll get back to Bad Bunny being investigated for gay dancing. DJ Bruja just announced her new music. She's releasing her first single next week. I have an inside tip that she's working on a cool music video, releasing art into this world right now. Art of any kind is part of the resistance, but DJ Bruja is gonna bring something poignant and powerful. So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Watch the horror hoes on Fridays. Darina is my second favorite horror ho. I've let her know that. April's number one. It's just what it is. Sorry. But support good people doing good things over there. But let's get back to the gay dancing, Steve.
Please.
How far do you want this investigation to go?
Oh, all the way, Ken. Let's take this investigation all the way down to the roots of whatever it was that Bad Bunny was claiming or planning to claim as far as what this halftime show was going to look like and what he was going to do to our children. I think we need, if Kash Patel he doesn't have anything else to do. Let's be honest. They're fumbling everything else that they should be doing. So give Kash Patel that opportunity to put both eyes on this investigation.
Both eyes. I'm not on Saturday Night Live. This is the best Kash Patel impression I can do.
Yeah. You have to look a little more scared, though. But yes, you're almost there.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think we need to go all the way. We want discovery of every order. Yeah. Is it okay if the married couple? No, none of those. Well, I guess the married couple, right?
If the married couple dance.
Right. Well, no, they'll say that, I'm sure if you ask Andy Ogles, that marriage doesn't actually count. Something about it makes it not legitimate because it was officiated by gay dancers or something like that, or just one of the trees.
So we'll get to Scotty here in a second. I do want to keep tabs on this investigation if it goes forward, Steve. Let's put a pin in this one because we're mocking it as it should be mocked. It's a waste of so much of our time. I want to see how many people out in the streets pick up the cause who are like, you know what? That's what we were thinking. That's why we watched Kid Rock and his lyrics about statutory should be mandatory. We watched that guy for America, but Benito, his name's Benito, encouraging our youth to be in touch with their own sexuality.
They're accusing people of glorifying sodomy, Ken. My favorite part about the old white men talking about this is that they're like, and this was all in Spanish. Remember, like the way that they're talking about this is like so. I don't know what actually was said, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. Like we're investigating that as if it's like some hidden text that has to be deciphered, right? You know what I mean? Like we have to go find the Bad Bunny Rosetta Stone to understand what was actually said during the halftime show.
That's what I want. I want people like Randy Fine be like, and then he gyrated his crotchal region as if to simulate butt stuff. Come on, Randy. That's all you think about, Randy.
Yeah.
All they think Randy. About. Claudia Chat, who says Footloose 2026. It's great. Shout out to Claudia, who left me an enchilada casserole-sized dish, a banana pudding at my gathering a couple weeks ago that I finished and I still crave. It was so good. Steve, do you like banana pudding?
I do. It's a good savory, nice filling dish. You said you ate a lot of it over like 3 days. I don't know how. I don't know if I could do that. That's a little concerning.
Can I tell you something? Yeah. You shouldn't. Don't do it over 3 days.
That didn't end well.
The final time I sat down with what easily was 3 bowls, and I just sat down with the casserole dish, and I just said,
you went to the dish.
We're taking it home. And you know me, my philosophy is the sports philosophy, like Barry Sanders, act like you've been there before. So I didn't even spike the football. I just finished that thing, washed the dish, and returned to Claudia. So we'll do it again.
That actually brings up a really good question for single living in general, because I went through this in my post college years before me and my wife moved in together. Like, how civilized do you keep yourself in that, like, okay, you have a whole dish of banana pudding, right? At the beginning, you're scooping it out and putting it into bowls like a civilized human being. Yes. At what point are you taking that step to like, okay, now we're just going to go sit on the couch with the casserole dish?
It's about after the third decent, dignity-filled helping, where you're like, nuts to that. Especially now I live alone. It's just me and Franny. Right. No one was there to judge me. Yeah, exactly.
But like you do that with a lot of stuff, right? Like the leftover pasta or like the leftover anything. It's just like at one point it's like it's just me. Like why dirty another bowl, right? Like I'm the only one that's gonna eat this. Let's just and then you're eating an entire pasta salad out of like a popcorn bowl like on the couch, and you just hope no one walks by and sees you.
I have after my life changed in May, and I lost a lot of the dishes. I don't have a lot of dishes anymore. And, I still might move. Who knows? So I don't want to stock up if I don't need to. So I eat a lot of meals just out of mixing bowls now. Greatest thing. Greatest thing.
Out of the mixing bowl.
Out of the mixing bowls there. All right. Are you almost ready for Scotty?
Let's do it. I'm always
We're
not really ready.
Got a couple super chats. I like this one. Malcolm, the obscurest essayist, says, Ken, hope you're doing well. I will do my best to not make this sound accusatory. Since it's Black History Month, can you name some Black artists that you actively listen to? Steve need not answer.
I'm off the hook. Hell yes. Let's go. You're the best.
Steve need not answer. I did.
Yeah,
I do. I can. This is a great question. And I know I'm forgetting some or overlooking some, but these are artists that are actively in my music rotation. Okay. There's a great performer, singer, songwriter, kind of jazzy blues, but rock bass. His name's Matthew Grant. You all should check him out. I play him every now and then on Pop Rockin' Radio. There's another artist called Vagabond. She is wonderful. I've heard her music on KCSN, kind of in, again, singer-songwriter rock genre, but some urban and some soul mixed in there as well. I am an old school fan of an artist named Dion Ferris. She had a big song in the 90s, I Know What You're Doing, Baby. So I love that song, love her, and I play her on Pop Rockin' Radio. I'm a fan of Boots Riley and the Coup. My favorite Mutiny is, I think, the greatest song ever recorded. It was, of course, as a white man, I learned about it when it was the theme song on Winning Time. But we all start somewhere, Steve. And I'm not kidding. I listen to that song like 5-6 times about every 2 or 3 days. I love that song. And I'm a big fan of Arthur Lee and Love, great rock band, classic rock band there. So I think that's a great question. I'm happy to be challenged. That was a good super chat right there.
Fantastic question. You did great.
Chris is sad. Just started to like. Oh, okay. If DJ Bruha's still here, DJ Bruha, if you're here, you have to let me know. Ingvia has refused to let me know how to say that name correctly, but has asked me to have you correct me. So, DJ Bruha, Dorina, if you're there, please tell me. I'll still get it wrong. I got it close. Let's bring in Scotty Jero.
Hello, boys.
I know what you're doing, Scotty. How you doing?
I'm happy to be here. This is going to be fun today. I'm excited. I thought of this one when I read a sign near my apartment.
He saw a sign, Ken.
I saw the sign.
I saw this. Oh, also, I still occasionally listen. Actually, let's be honest. I don't want to be too thirsty. Watch the videos of En Vogue from back in the day. There we go.
I don't blame you. I thought you were going to say Ace of Base.
I don't mind Ace of Base. They've got some problematic things in the past.
Yes. A little bit.
But I like Ace of Base.
Oh, here I am.
Okay, what's up, Scotty? Mm-hmm.
Driving by a sign. Okay. And the sign said the village of Port Vincent, Louisiana. And it got me thinking deeply about how you name cities or counties, or in Louisiana, what we call parishes. Okay. For those that don't know, we're the only state in the United States that refers to our counties as parishes. It has to do with Spanish and French rules. Okay. It was a church-based system back in like the early 1700s before we founded America and we made it badass with Kid Rock.
That's true. Is it 1842 out there? Call them cities.
Cities, they're parishes, chat. So here we are. And there's the tier, okay? You've got unincorporated communities. That's like what's the lowest of the tier. Okay. Yeah. You've got villages, towns, cities, and parishes. Okay, boom. Figured it out, right? Okay. Fantastic. Sure. Okay. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I was doing some research. I found one really good source called 103.3 The Goat, which is apparently a local station here. And they had a list of the funniest parish or village names or community names in Louisiana. And my challenge to you is I threw some in there that aren't real and some that are real. And I want you to tell me Which one of them
This
is
great.
real or fake? Are you ready for
great.
this?
Is it just me or Steve? Steven?
Steve can totally do it too, but I can't keep track of it because I already got a list. Okay, you got it, Ken?
How many?
okay.
How
We
many?
got
How
that.
many you got? How many you got?
Let me double check.
You got that
I
many?
was literally thinking of something just like this today at lunch, Ken, to just throw at you if we didn't have anything. It was going to be band or brand. And I was just going to like give you random band names. Like, is this a brand or is this a band? So we'll write that one. We'll put that one, file that away.
Let's just do 15 , okay? 15.
Jesus Christ.
15?
It's not going to be long. You're just going to say real or fake. It's not going to
Okay, right. That's okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
I know you're a big time crunch guy. Ken.
Well, I'm trying to teach you and Jerry not to run bits into the ground.
Stop
okay?
it. Stop
I'm
it.
trying to teach you to.
It's fine to do a new one every week. You didn't like last week's. This week, you're going to like it. Ken will text me out of nowhere an evening and say 10 minutes. I'm like, what are we doing, man? I understand how long 10 minutes is. I'm a teacher. So here we go. Is this a real place in Louisiana? Number one, Kickapoo. Kick a poo. K-I-C-K-A-P-O. Is that real?
That's real. That's real.
Okay. Next one.
I'm saying real. That's also a punch I make every Christmas.
There you go. Okay. This next one is Coochie. C-O-O-C-H-I-E. Coochie. Real or fake?
It's Louisiana.
It's real in my world.
This one's
I'm going real.
I can't give it away. This next one's pretty next level.
Okay.
Shongaloo.
Nah, you're laughing too hard. You put that into like some fascist chat GBT thing.
No, I didn't.
I'm saying false.
S-H-O-N-G-A-L-O-O. Shongaloo.
I don't care how you pretended to spell it. It's fake. Steve.
Yeah, I think it sounds more. It looks like if you read it, it'd be like schlongaloo. So yeah, I think he's full of shit. I'm going fake on that one.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of this, by the way. Okay. Next.
Gross Tate.
Fake.
Yeah, that's fake.
I'm keeping track of mine at least.
Okay.
Mowata.
Sounds like
M-O-W-A-T-A. Mowata.
Sounds like we appropriated
That sounds
that.
real, but it doesn't sound Louisiana real. But okay.
Yeah, it's, I'm going true.
Palmville.
Palmville?
No, Baconville. B-A-W-C-O-M-V-I-L-L-E. Baconville.
Yeah, you said that too confidently for it to be fake. Okay. Next up.
This could be bad. Coon.
All right, come on.
C-O-O-N.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
That's got to be real so that we don't get in trouble, right?
Yeah, that's got to be real. That's got to be real, or your job might be in jeopardy.
Right?
Okay.
Belcher.
Yeah, that's real. That sounds very Frenchy. That sounds like someone who landed there and was like, "I'm making beignets. I am Monsieur Belcher." Yeah.
All right, here we go. Jaro.
I'm putting out. I'm making beignets. I need a timestamp.
Jaro.
You know that guy. Oh, hello, natives. I'm going to make beignets. Have you not had them? The delightful. Give me your land. Okay. Sorry. What was number 9 again?
Jaro.
False. It's
name.
Yeah, it's false. Yeah, it's false. It's not your name's not a parish.
Bunky.
Bonky?
I hope that.
Bunky. B-U-N-K-I-E. Bunky.
Okay. Bonky Brewster. I'm gonna go true. Steve, you going true?
I went real.
Okay. Number 11.
Dry Pong. That's right.
He couldn't. No, that's fake. He couldn't.
Yeah, he's laughing.
Horrible. I need to play poker with Scotty.
He's like the mid '90s Fops characters on SNL with Mark McKinney and Dave Keckner. Dry Pong.
All right, here we go.
Watch that one be real. All right.
Cut off.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, we come around there. We come around here, cut off, man. We come around here and get a cheap drink. We're gonna drink the beer outside the back of the truck. Get cut off, man.
Cut off Louisiana.
Okay, here we go. Pumpkin Center.
No.
Pumpkin Center.
You keep laughing.
I'm going false. Oh yeah, I'm going false. I'm trying not to look at him, but
Pumpkin Center.
I can hear his giggles.
Number 14.
Pierre Part.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's too French to not be true.
Yeah, it sounds like some general that lost in the French Revolution and scamped out of town. Okay.
All right. You ready? Next, last one. This one's a lake.
Okay.
James, that would be really funny.
Maurepas.
Maurepas. I think that's true.
Maurepas.
All right.
Is he just like? I really hope on some of these fake ones he's just like making shit up, and it's just like that's like some
Scary.
it's like Huttese or something for some of these languages. He's trying to see if he can catch you with one.
Are we ready to see which ones are real, which ones are fake?
Please, we are.
Kickapoo is real.
All right, got it.
Ding ding ding.
Okay.
Coochie is nice. No, Coochie is real.
Okay, got it. I knew it had to be.
Shongaloo is real.
Ah, my first miss.
Me too.
Gross Tate is real.
Got that one wrong too.
2 for 2 or 2.
Moata is real.
All right, I'm back on the board. 3 over 2.
Balconville is real.
Okay.
Coon
Yeah, better be real.
is real.
Okay,
Thank
good.
God.
All right. Scotty has a job tomorrow.
We all do.
Joro is real.
Oh, is that where you're named
It's an
out of?
island. Yes, it's an island in New Roads, which sounds
Okay.
fake too. Belcher
Okay.
is real.
Is that number 9?
I don't remember which one's number 9, to be honest with you. I kind of went out of order just for a second.
Have any of them been fake yet?
Bunky
Okay.
is real.
Damn it.
Dry Prong is a village. It is real.
Wow. Okay. Missed that one.
My favorite one. No, actually, second favorite one. Cutoff is real.
Okay.
There's an interstate sign for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one I used to drive by near my college university that always felt like I was in some sort of weird, like, Hunter S. Thompson novel. This is a real place with a real name.
Okay.
Pumpkin Center is a legitimate place in Louisiana near Hammond, Louisiana.
Okay, I got that wrong. Okay.
Pierre Part is real.
Yeah, absolutely. He won a war too. Okay. Final one.
And Maurepas is real.
All right. I did pretty
Those are
good.
all real places. None of that was made up.
All of them are real?
Every single one of them I have
Chat
listed.
figured it out. Chat figured that out.
I'm telling you, they're real.
I trusted you too much. All right, so I missed a few.
I got 10
3.
right.
There we go.
4. I got 11 right. I won.
I have a good poker face. You all fell for it. I giggle because they are funny.
You
They
do. Yeah,
are
well, that's why
funny.
you should play. You should play poker with. You take all our money.
Okay.
Yes,
Scotty, I love that.
David McCarcel is from. We've got to meet up. We just have to do something. I'm gonna message you. Email me.
Michael McCarcel. Go meet with Scotty and see if he's a real person. Sometimes I'm not convinced he is. I think he's an AI bot that Jerry created.
Roommate. My roommate right here.
There you go.
Gonna be in Burbank, but my roommate right here.
I'd murder you 3 nights in. Sleep well. Good job, and most likely kill you in the morning. Scotty, that was great. I actually enjoyed that. I want more of that.
you.
It was good.
I
Go have fun
appreciate
on
it.
the
I love
bomb
you.
bed. All right. See ya. Peace. I cut him off because that was enough. It's great. I love that. Let's take some calls. We're going to be doing here. We got sinful confessions, so we'll do that here in a second officially. So if you are in the call queue to make a sinful confession, get into that private chat so we know that you just have one. You don't have to tell us what it is. Just say sinful confession. Addie has already done that because you know why? Addie follows the rules like a good professor. But I do think we got Kyle, who's just going to take a regular old call. We're going to take a regular call from Kyle. Let's see if we can get Kyle Harlow in here. Kyle, are you there? Are you there, buddy? Are you there?
I'm there. I'm here. No, I'm here. I'm not there. I'm here. So can you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in, buddy. Good to have you here. An OG, a Twitch original.
Yeah. So just a quick announcement to start. The phrase thick thigh friendly came up on the show Monday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a crazy coincidence, but thick thigh friendly is actually the title of my upcoming autobiography that will debut later this year. So I just wanted to promote that. Keep an eye out for that.
Love that. Are you self-publishing or did you find did Playgirl put that out or?
Yes, it was self-publishing. I'm selling out of the back of a van, so it's going to work out.
Hey, look, my publisher went out of business. I just found this out. So the like 30 copies of Why We Love Star Wars I have are the last 3 on Earth. So
nice.
let's
Collector's items.
Yes.
So anyway, the main reason I called was to bury the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Please. After Bill Belichick, failed to make the Hall of Fame on his first ballot, there was a public backlash. And then the NFL had to release a statement that some of their current Hall of Fame voters may lose their vote. But then Shedeur Sanders got named to the Pro Bowl, and there was public backlash, and the NFL was silent. So I want to congratulate Shedeur Sanders for being the first player in NFL history to be named to the Pro Bowl for ratings. As rage bait, for the memes, for the lulz, for the 6-7s, I don't know, whatever the hell the kids are saying these days.
Yep.
Because the NFL is clearly engagement farming. I know that making the Pro Bowl doesn't mean that much anymore, but just when you thought it couldn't get any more meaningless, it got more meaningless. I feel this puts the final nail into and about 50 pounds of dirt on top of the Pro Bowl's coffin. So I
agree.
I watched a good amount of the Pro Bowl this year for the first time in a long time. Yeah. Because when Shedeur Sanders got named, I felt like I had heard that a friend that I hadn't talked to in a while wasn't doing very well. I might want to hang out with them just in case, because they may not have much time left. Yeah.
Say goodbye. Okay.
No, go.
No. This is. So I'm looking at. So for full context, for those who aren't in the sports world, the every major sports league has their all-star games, and they used to mean a lot more. Maybe they never should have. Maybe they were always exposition games and should have stayed exhibition games. But the Major League Baseball one had a famous tie in the early 2000s that undercut the quality of the game. Blah blah blah. The NFL Pro Bowl has been useless for a long time because players. It's a good honor. They would fly to Hawaii, they'd play, and it kind of meant something. It was always a week after the Super Bowl, which was always different and maybe better. I don't know. But after a while, it just like they would call, Steve, back me up on this. They'd call hike, and the players wouldn't even like move. Like the offensive lineman, defensive lineman would just do this, and they'd complete these bombs. It was just useless.
The Pro Bowl to me, became that part. The last person I remember trying in the Pro Bowl was Sean Taylor, because he would absolutely still try to like rip people's heads off in the Pro Bowl.
Right.
And people were afraid of him basically. I think like Tony Romo or someone got hurt in the Pro Bowl. Too, and that started also making it like less important. But no, I'm with Kyle that the Pro Bowl is like dead and gone, and it pisses. I was actually upset on Sunday that it wasn't on. Because like, oh shit, there's nothing on Sunday. Why isn't the Pro Bowl on? It's the Sunday before the Super Bowl. And then I was like realizing I was mad about a game not being on that I wasn't going to watch anyway. I just wanted it to be on as part of like the
Range Donald reminds us the Pro Bowl just keeps going because of TV contracts. NFL has to put something out. Yeah, so they've got to figure. It's a good point.
And the players' contracts too. Like these guys also have like incentives to be like Pro Bowlers and for contracts and stuff. So that's kind of like the other reason why it's like still like relevant, at least, and like why the players like being named to the Pro Bowl, because it increases their stock.
Shedeur Sanders, and this is not a comment on him as a person. I know there's a lot of controversy around the Sanders family. I like Deion Sanders. This is his son, who's the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. His rookie season, his final stats: 1,400 yards passing, 1,400 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 56.6 completion percentage, and a rating of 68.1. Steve, you might be able to do that if I put you in pads today. This shouldn't be someone recommended to the Pro Bowl. And getting the honor that might help. It puts a big asterisk by it. Now, Laserbolt brings up something here, and Kyle, I want to get your thoughts on this here. The skills competition is kind of fun. I agree with that. I don't mind the Pro Bowl becoming flag football and competitions. I think you can find a way to rework it. But it just doesn't have the luster at all. But so, Kyle, what do you think about, NFL players throwing darts and playing pool for TV?
Yeah. That's what, I think they should lean into that. Like I was going to say, the Pro Bowl already includes dodgeball beer pong, and I think a Mario Kart tournament.
Yeah.
So
Lean
I
into it.
think they should. I think they should go full rock and jock. Name Kevin Hart and Sydney Sweeney to the Pro Bowl rosters next year.
Yes,
And
but see, hold on. One of the first when the Blathering went live, I think Steve, you were around for this. I think you called it. Like, I want Rock and Jock to come back. I think Rock and Jock is a great concept, and why not turn the Pro Bowl into Rock and Jock? Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah,
go ahead, Kyle.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, yeah, just totally lean into it. Add the neon green football that makes touchdowns worth 40 points. Have Flavor Flav run around with a hockey stick.
I agree.
And remember the Nerf Turbo, the pink and black Nerf football that looked like the ship from Flight of the Navigator.
I had that.
You could
I
throw
had
it
that.
140 yards.
Yes.
Yeah. Any kid could rip 40-yard spirals on the playground. Let's throw it all in. Let's make the Pro Bowl great again. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Kyle. Great call. Thank you, Kyle.
That's how you do it.
I agree. That's a great call. I think turn the Pro Bowl, just lead into it, man. Add curling. Have Addie come out and teach us all curling there. We'll get an update from Addie here in a bit on if she found a local curling club. So a couple friends of mine we were on a text thread. These are guys I went to high school with, but they both live down here. And one of them's Canadian, from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Joel sometimes shows up in chat. And I just made a joke about, we should join a curling club and make the 2030 Olympics. And he goes, "Oh, my friend just started one in Glendale." I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't actually want to leave the house to go to a curling club. Damn it. Who knows? Maybe. All right. Are we ready to do, what do we got here? We do have Addie, Eli put in chat. You got a confession? Oh, he's got a game. Well, did you clear the game, Eli, with producer Steve? What's the game? Put it in chat. I don't know what the game is.
I don't know anything about this game.
Look at this. Steve's already backed off. All right, let's bring in Eli. Let's figure what this is.
I've been getting,
all right, Eli.
Bullets today.
Eli, you can't just bring in games without producer Steve's permission, okay? You're a rebel, Dottie. I'm a rebel, Dottie. That's the line. All right, Eli, what you got? Eli.
This is a version of a game producer Steve here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
You're cutting in and out, but yeah, we got you.
Okay, great. It should be good. I have 1-star reviews for both of you.
Okay.
Except for these are not 1-star reviews of products. These are 1-star reviews of movies. On everybody's favorite social media platform, Letterboxd.
It's a horrible platform. All right, I'm starting the timer. 6
You're
minutes.
You're gonna be hearing from my lawyer named Jared the type.
Yeah. You're still in Steve's bit. This is real. This is close to Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi's going to come after you. All right, I'm putting.
You don't have to worry, Eli.
All right. I'm putting 6 minutes on the clock. You got 6 minutes for this bit, Eli. Go for it.
I'm trying to find. I made a little.
show. I'm like J.K. Simmons in that Drummond movie. I'll make you a broadcaster real fast, Eli.
All right, here we go.
All right.
So, 1-star reviews, Letterboxd edition. You know what? I'm just gonna read from the slideshow here. So the way it's gonna work, I'm gonna give you like the general realm that it's in, the general like area that it's in. That's 2 points. If you want multiple choice options,
shit, I have to do
that's
math?
1 point.
Okay.
So first one is the area of superhero movies.
Okay.
These are all, by the way, very well regarded films. That's the other thing I want to put up. So 1 star. So many stupid choices here. The quiet moments after the thing are kind of fine, but I don't for a minute understand the hold this had on the culture.
I'm gonna go with the 2000s ish Fantastic Four, the first one.
Okay, Steve, do you want to check down, or do you not want to, or do you want to answer?
I think I can. I think you're just gonna be. I think you made the first one easy. I'm gonna say Endgame.
Steve was close. That was Infinity War.
Okay. Damn.
That was Avengers Infinity War.
Okay.
All
right.
So we're both 0 for 1.
Okay. Next up, you have 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Number 2, Steven Spielberg.
Ooh.
every character having the defining moment of their lives, staring into the camera for 60% of the movie runtime, and then it's the emoji of somebody's head exploding. And then my lived experience of Steven Spielberg shining a floodlight in my face, and it's like the line for a mouth emoji.
Okay, whatever. What's the one he just made? The one about his life, Steve. What's the one that just came out? The Spielberg one, the Fablemans. Is that the one?
Yeah, the Fablemans.
Yeah, I'm going Fablemans.
Super 8, was that Spielberg?
It was J.J.
Abrams.
Oh, that was J.J. Abrams. Give me the multiple choice.
Okay. The options are Schindler's List, Jaws, E.T., or Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Well, okay. Well, now
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, that's right. That's your first point.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna beat you, Napzok.
3 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, Eli.
2010's romantic comedy. This says, I'm shaving 3.5 stars off of a movie I really enjoyed just because of that ending. Literally mortified. What the fuck, Jessica?
See, what the fuck, Jessica needs to be the whole review.
Yeah. That's how you craft a good 1-star review. What is the I'm not cheating here, but what is it Jessica? Who's the Jessica Alba? Jessica Simpson? Was there another Jessica that was big during that time?
2010s, Chastain?
No. Was she who was the one on Seventh Heaven? Was she a Jessica?
Biel. That's Biel. You're thinking 2000s. Those are more 2000s.
Different decade. Is it a different decade?
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
I don't think Eli was like around in one of those decades.
No. I'm gonna check down to multiple choice, Eli.
Same.
All right. The options are Set It Up, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, The Big Sick, and Crazy Stupid Love.
Crazy Stupid Love.
I'll go To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
And that's a second point to Steve. It's Crazy Stupid Love.
Good job.
Bury you, Napzok.
Chastain was in that movie. Yeah, Chastain was in that movie.
This is Pixar.
Okay, I've never seen a Pixar.
Boring film. I didn't care much for it. Very uninteresting and unmemorable. The only good part of the film is the opening scene. But the thing is that can't carry an entire lame, uninteresting movie. Let epic fail, massively overrated.
This is why Letterboxd.
You said foreign, right?
Yeah.
You said foreign at the beginning.
No, boring.
Foreign.
Boring. I think you said. This
boring.
is what Letterboxd is beneath LinkedIn as useful social media sites. I'm gonna go up.
Wait, okay. That's a good guess. Did you say, did he give us a date range or just said Pixar?
I just said Pixar.
The Pixar.
Boring Pixar movie. God, you're a monster if you think Up is boring.
Minute and 10 seconds.
Slow, but I know. I'm sorry. All right, give me the multiple choice.
Coco, Inside Out, Up, Wall-E.
Oh shit, that's you. I'm not going to pick Up.
Wally's a good choice.
I'm going to go Coco.
I'm still
and
up.
that's 2 points for Ken.
There we go. All right, this is so we're tied 2-2.
This is a tiebreaker.
Yep.
This is it. This is a tiebreaker. This is it.
The final question I said on there in a Star Wars font. Did you really think I'd pass this up? Area, come on. It's Star Wars. An absolute disaster, unwatchable, a string of poorly acted scenes held together only by idiotic noises interspersed with lame jokes, all supposedly concocted as a recipe for pure fun. I don't think it's suitable for anyone over 5. You're not getting multiple choice options because there's 11 movies in this.
I'll go Attack of the Clones.
Damn you. All right. Well, I was going to go Attack of the Clones, but for the sake of the tiebreaker, I'll go Phantom Menace.
And it's still a tie. It's The Empire Strikes Back.
Wow. That's
right.
There's the shocking twist. Still like The Empire Strikes Back. He hit us with a shocking twist. I like what he did there.
Timer went off. All right. Do you got one more, Eli, to break the tie?
I do have a tiebreaker.
All right. Let's not leave the people hanging.
This is World War II.
Okay.
This is a film that seems more concerned with throwing shocking images at the viewer than with actually telling a story. Furthermore, it's a very boring movie. Nothing here is captivating. Every time it cut to the airplane scenes, my eyes would fall asleep. Another thing I really don't like is the film's editing. It tries to do something that sounds interesting on paper, but in practice, ...
It's Pearl Harbor.
Damn it. I was going to say Pearl Harbor too.
You could.
I know, but that's not how we win the game.
Oh,
Ken.
should you go? Should I let you go first? I should let you.
You said it first. It's fine. But it's not. Red tails. I don't know.
Unfortunately, you're ending the game in a tie. But 2 points to Addy. It's Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
I haven't seen Dunkirk.
Yeah. I like Dunkirk.
All right.
Is that the one with Tom Hardy's in the airplane? I think they were that.
I know what Dunkirk is in terms of history, but I've never seen the Nolan film. Yeah. Love it. All right, Eli. Good job. Good job.
Good job. That was fun.
Run it by Steve. Run it by Steve. Love you, Eli. All right. Cut him off too. I'm cutting people off tonight.
You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. All right, let's see. We got at least one confession. Do you have a sinful confession? Call into the show right now, or just post it in chat, and we will take your confession there. YouTube channel members and patrons get to call in. A new episode of Pop Rockin' Radio will be on Patreon for everyone this week, so you can give it a listen and see if it's something you enjoy. So head on over to patreon.com/Napzok to get in here and confess. So there we go. All right. Addie's got a confession here. We got to do our little switcheroo though, don't we here? We got to do it. There we go. I've got it. Okay. See, there we go. All right. I did it right this time, and it was taking a sweet time there. Hold on, we're opening it up here.
Pay the organist. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
She came in.
Oh, that's the stuff.
That's the good stuff.
All right, let's take our first confession. Dr. Addy, welcome. Please confess your sins for the week.
Bless me, Ken and Steve, for I have sinned. It has been a week since my last confession. I have 2 traffic-related confessions this week. If I may indulge.
Yes,
please. Is it traffic related?
Yes.
Okay.
And to be clear, I'm talking vehicular traffic, not like weird, like bad traffic.
Okay.
Well, you kind of sound like you're in a tunnel in traffic, so
yeah.
I didn't hear what you said at the end there.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The organ music is very loud.
There you go.
Yeah, the organist is passionate about her job.
There you go.
So, firstly, today I was driving home from work and I was stuck on a one-way, one-lane road with parallel parking down one side.
Okay.
So, like, you can park
and
then it's one lane.
So New England. Yeah, okay.
It's, yeah, okay. Yeah. Paul Revere rode his horse here. We can't make the roads larger. Jared.
Cobblestone roads, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Sorry.
And people were getting into their cars and pulling out into the stopped traffic that I was in on this one-lane road.
Okay.
And someone pulled out in front of me, and I begrudgingly let them in because they made it so that I really had no choice. And then out of my peripheral vision, I see a second car driving up next to me, and I think, oh my God, someone else is going to try and like sneak in behind this person who just came in, and I'm going to have to let 2 cars in. It turned out that they were actually just pulling all the way up to park. Like they were pulling all the way forward to the next car that was already parked on the street.
Okay.
But that didn't stop me from honking at them. And so it seems like I honked at the person who I begrudgingly let pull out in front of me.
Okay. Steve, yeah, you have is sin or no sin?
I just love that these are the things that Eddie calls in with as her sins of. Yeah,
this is fantastic.
I honked in traffic, Ken, and I'm worried the wrong person thought the wrong thing.
Yeah, she wants a smooth society.
Addie, this is why. You're right. No, this is adorable. I wish Addie, if the world was full of Addies, Ken, good God, the world would be such a better place. This is so sweet and innocent.
Detective McCarcel says you feel too much guilt.
I was raised Catholic, detective. It's all I
get it.
have.
No, me too. I understand. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Where do you go, Steve? I have a thought on this.
Oh no, I absolutely absolve Addie of her sins for this. This isn't. I mean, is it a sin? No, not at all. I don't even think you sinned. I think if anything, hold on. What I want to get back into is your honking. Like what is Abby's Rubicon for honking? That's what I want.
Addie, please describe and maybe even replicate the honking sound.
No.
Fair.
I mean, how can we determine if it's a sin here? If it was, because it could be, Steve, it could be like this, or it could be like,
right. Oh, that's a good question. Are you a quick honker, or are you a lay on the horn kind of till it's awkward honker?
Giggity.
I'm gonna somewhere in between those two. I am not short in my honks.
You're not short in your honks. Okay.
You let it linger for a second.
Yeah.
I let the other person know of my displeasure.
Okay.
That's dependent on your honk, on like what your honk sounds like. Because Ken, I used to be a more of a higher honker. Like when I drove like an SUV, I drive a Honda Civic now. My horn sounds like a tricycle horn. Like I sound like a child on a tricycle. So when I honk, I then even feel more embarrassed of myself. So I can't do the lawn honk anymore because it just sounds ridiculous.
I very, very, very rarely honk, and I used to get in trouble for that in the last 8 years of my life because someone close to me wanted me to be laying on the horn, and I'm like, you're not going to be fighting the fist fight that happens if this goes wrong.
I was going to say, you know what, Ken, don't take this the wrong way. I can see you as like a reformed road rage, like a reformed road rage. Like you don't anymore, but there were some times, back in the day where you kind of,
I every so often I do get mad, but I don't publicly. I thought I was going to get into a fight in Burbank. I think I even talked about it on the show where I came upon a road rage incident in a parking structure, and then I was like, fuck you to both of them. Because I was like, I need to get my hair cut. Or I think I was meeting Mark Ellis in Rivacaba for lunch. Anyways, so Addie, all right. So first thing here. On the first part, you're absolved of sins just simply because I think you made a decision to let this other car in to help society. That's what I call the zipper philosophy, right? Traffic works best if it's like a zipper and you let that car in and the next car goes behind you. And it's those people that sometimes go, oh, that guy's being nice, that girl's being nice, I'm going to go in. And they are the problem. So your instincts, number one, were correct. Let's let this person go in because it's just going to help all of our days. And then, we got someone taking advantage of it because that's often what happens to a nice person like me, and your defenses went up. So I don't think any of that's a sin. I think my follow-up is, what did you do after you realized they were just parking? Was there an exchange? Did you drive on? What was this? What did you do?
I attempted to make hand gestures for the person in front of me to see in their rearview mirror, but I honestly think it looked like I was pointing at them like I intended to honk at them.
Yeah, that's the old, and I've seen this in TV shows, right? No, not you, them, like them. Yeah, okay, yeah. And maybe it works. Okay, Steve, where are you at with the overall picture here? Now that we know what she's done after, and that her honk was noticeable. It wasn't a meep, it was a like. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's more the sin of embarrassment than the sin of honking and being aggressive here, Addie. I think it was just one of those things where it's like someone else felt the wrath that didn't need to, and so you feel bad about that because you're a good person, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And so I would say that this isn't. I wouldn't even really call this a sin so much as just an unfortunate gesture.
No sin. I agree with the JMB in chat says Addie is the main character for rom-com. I absolutely think that. Addie is at the beginning of the film, the first 12 minutes where you're meeting the character. This is a scene where she's kind of upset at herself for doing this. She feels bad. And maybe the person in that car who parks, by the end of the movie, they're kissing at the Space Needle. Addie, I think you're right. You've got a great movie you're writing. I agree with that.
I'm looking forward to the part of the rom-com where she introduces, like, here's what I do on Thursday nights and sometimes Mondays and Saturdays is I sit down for an hour and I listen to these two stooges and I call in and then let's see that. Then we'll see if true love really exists, Ken.
Yeah. And then the first week that Addie's like missing, we'll be like, oh, Addie fell in love. And this person was like, you ain't listening to those two dumb guys at the end of the bar anymore. I'll tell you that much. And Addie's like, look, you're not going to tell me what to do, but I maybe think you're right. All right. So, Addie, you had a second sin. Please confess.
I do. So, I live in an area where through both gross negligence and criminal incompetence, there's been road construction for over 2 years to repair a bridge.
Right.
It has made mine and several other people's commutes absolute hell. And near the end of last year, the Department of Transportation, in their infinite wisdom, put up a bunch of those signs that you see in construction zones, like warning you that there's road work ahead and you need to slow down and whatnot. Okay. Except these signs say, "Thank you for your patience as we keep you safe."
Okay.
As you're sitting
passive aggressive.
As you're sitting in traffic that should take 20 minutes and is taking you 45.
Right.
Every time I drive by one of those signs, I flip it off.
Wait, was that you flipping off my sign? And now we're at dinner? Like, that's the next scene in the movie.
I thought she was gonna say I stole the sign, because I did that in high school.
That's the sin.
I stole a speed hump sign in high school.
Look, I every now and then will flip off thin blue line stickers and flags on cars. Even if the car is parked and I know they're not there, I just give the old middle finger to the side. The thin blue line one drives me absolutely insane. So, Addie, once again, I think you're actually, this is a form of resistance. I see no sin, Steve.
Yeah, no sin at all. This is free speech. If any, there's no sin in your free speech. This is a God-given. If anything, this is a God-given right and enshrined in our Constitution. If that still means anything.
Narcolepsy says the only sin is not using both hands to flip it off, or maybe she did. Did you use both, or just one finger?
No, you got to keep one on the steering wheel, boys.
That's true. That's true. Unless you're eating a Subway sandwich while driving on the 40 and you use your knees to steer like I did once. Yeah, no sin. I think, once again, absolved of sins.
No, nothing to worry about here.
Addie, you're in the clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your soul is pure.
And just for the record, I am on the waiting list for 4 Learn How to Curl sessions.
Look at this. This is... Steve?
This is the rom-com.
This is it. This is the beginning of the next chapter of Addie's life.
Curling love.
Yep. You know what's going to happen is Addie's going to get there. She's going to get her first lesson, and she's going to be on her first like curling team, and there's going to be a nice old couple.
The curling tutorial guy, the curling tutor is going to be an absolute Adonis, Ken. Just watch.
Well,
he is going.
Okay,
I can't wait.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's where I'm going with this. Curling, you need what, 3 on a team or 4? You need 4, right?
I thought you said 2.
4.
4. You need 4.
Mixed doubles is 2.
I'll find out.
Yeah. So
single gender is 4.
So here's what's gonna happen. Addie's gonna join up. She gets the first lessons, and finally she's on a team, like your first match or whatever. And on her team is this nice old couple. Like they're like 72, Helen and Bill, and Addie is obviously great with older people, and they just adore her. They think she's great, but they need one more. And they look around, and suddenly there's like a swing at the door, and the gym door opens and closes, and comes this guy. I'm sorry, I'm late. Oh, is there room on your team? That's the guy, Steve. Yep, that's the guy.
That's him. And he's going to look like Ryan Gosling. And then everything is going to work out for Addie. And I'm excited for her.
Addie, are you ready for this?
And more importantly, can we have the book rights and the movie rights before we sell them to anyone else? Because we could really we can use that.
Yes. Done.
Okay. Addie, you've got to be energetically open to this next chapter. I'm telling you. Bend it like Addie, says JMB in chat. I'm telling you, this is we're on the cusp of something big here.
Yes.
We're trying.
Try.
I will keep you all informed.
Thank you,
Addie.
Dr. Addie, everybody, Dr. Addie, and Mike Fink update us. The Dow is still over 50,000. It's over 50,000. I don't think we have any more confessions. Last week we had like 9 confessions. No one sinned during this week, Steve.
The people were good this week. Look, man, there was a lot of sins going on elsewhere, so maybe the people thought, they needed to hunker down and be good. But look, folks, it's almost Fat Tuesday. Like 2 weeks or something from now? I don't know. I'm a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
Get out there and sin, so you can call in next week. Get out there and be naughty next week.
Yep.
Football's over. There's nothing else to do.
Get those beignets and then the sin. All right, we'll close the confessional booth.
Beignets.
I do enjoy a good beignet down there at Café du Monde. Café du Monde. Where would you rather take a trip to with Scotty J. Rowe? Would you like to go to New Orleans, where he's kind of a local, or would you like to go to a place where Scotty's never been?
I want the fish out of water. I want the fish out of water. Put me and Scotty somewhere where neither of us have ever been, and it would be kind of like an Amazing Race episode where we have to figure out what the hell we're gonna do. Where we just drop me and Scotty in the middle of Amsterdam, and then don't give us a cell phone and just check on us in 3 days and make sure we survive.
The amount of drugs Scotty will probably do. Scotty would be amazing on, like Survivor, Amazing Race, those kind of shows. I know Survivor's still going. Scotty would be, because I think here's the thing: if Scotty on Survivor, if Scotty gets past the first or second week, I think he wins. But I think there's a high probability that Scotty is voted out week 1 because people don't understand him.
Yes, that's a great point. If Scotty survives week 1, I think he goes deep. But I think if he could like conceal himself a little bit, because I feel like he almost is like, he's so outgoing and like and willing to kind of like, be the life of the party in a way. Those people get cut in Survivor kind of like once you get close towards the end, like the mid kind of tier people kind of gang up on the alphas and like, okay, we got to get rid of you guys before the competition gets fierce. So I'm worried Scotty, if he could lay it low for a little while and come on strong at the end, like a good NFL team, make it a run in December through the Super Bowl, that's Scotty's, that's his spot. But I think Amazing Race is where Scotty would shine over Survivor. I think he'd do better in those like weird puzzly type things. Your knowledge of yacht rock is not going to help you making fire.
True. But like the Amazing Race kind of shows the ability to just talk to people that you don't know, get information, even if you don't speak the language. Scotty would be a champion at. You're right. I think in the Survivor, the social game of it, I love Scotty, but even then I had to take, like, who is this guy? And because I was a big fan of Survivor for a long time, I was always convinced I could go far because I'm generally liked by a lot of folks, but I'll cut you. I'll turn on you, and I'll do it in a way that's on the level with Baelish. So I don't know if I don't know if I could win, but you're right. The ones who you're like that person should win always got cut out like in the final 3 rounds, and it was some person just kind of snuck by that would win.
Yeah, the nerds who got beat up in high school, they go into a corner and like, hey, we have to take out this dude who's like the jock who's good at everything because he's just going to beat us anyway. So let's cut him at the knees now, and that's what always happens. Absolutely. I mean, that's just that's Survivor 101.
We'll get Scotty on there. We're going to talk a little sports here. We got a betting story, and then we're going to take Jared doing some GOT, all that kind of stuff. But I will say we also got a super chat from James Holmes. We got to answer. Jared, the Tide Pilot, would you want to be on Road Rules or Real World? I absolutely wanted to be on Real World. I don't know if I could do Road Rules. It also had a little bit of, too close of confines. No space. In that RV doing it. I definitely watched both, but I wanted to be on season 7. I was going to try out because that was the radio year, and I chickened out, Steve. I could have been up there in Seattle for season 7.
We had a buddy that in college, last year of college, we made a reel for him. I mean, this was like, I think Real World was already over, but it was some other MTV show and The Bachelor. So we made a tape for like just trying to get him to like all 3 of those shows just because he was that kind of a person. And so Real World was one of those ones. I always wanted to do Real World too. I was a little bit younger when Real World was on, Road Rules was on. But I think I would prefer Real World just because those houses were so cool. Like you just live in a mansion for a summer and you just go work at like a t-shirt shop or some shit, like, do something easy. You know what I mean? I
do. When they added the jobs, as much as I did like the radio one in season 7, it changed a little bit for me. Yeah. Where I just kind of like the early shows, they just kind of lived and did their thing. They should do like Old World. They should just reopen that up, but for Gen Xers and old millennials.
I thought you were gonna like do something where they're like living in like a medieval courtyard in their own.
Well, they could be that, but that could be a thing. But you know what I mean? Like there was something tuning in to watch a bunch of 22-year-olds to like
Right.
28-year-olds
Right.
drink and fuck around
drink and
towns
fuck,
and
right,
the
yeah.
drama and everything.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, Trishelle and all the Vegas cast. All that's great. That's great. But it would be great to watch a Real World rebooted with Gen Xers who just like, I don't want to go out tonight. It's Friday night, and the battle
it's
becomes
9
like,
o'clock. What are you talking about? Yeah.
whose Netflix account we get to use or who's played video games. There's like, and you only have like 2 TVs in the house. All like 7 of them have to fight over it. That's what I'm pitching, and maybe that's what I would go on.
Yeah, but then you'd have to. The struggle there wouldn't be making the show. It would be finding 10 Gen Xers that would like want to submit themselves to that for an amount of money because they're just like, okay, no, I'd rather just stay home.
Yeah, I think I get Mike Fink and I would do it. I think Mike Fink would be good. Yeah, Real World Golden Acres to Kyle. That's great. I think it'd be great.
Villages,
I think it'd be
Real
great.
World.
Yeah. Real World, the Villages, Real World, Boca Raton. There is the giant Leisure World in Seal Beach down here. It is a literal goddamn city, and it's all like a retirement community. It's right off like the 710 or whatever it is in Seal Beach. Our buddy Brian Tiller lives in Seal Beach. I've driven past. That it should be a house right in the center there. Just a bunch of old folks driving golf carts to and from the front. I think it'd be great. It'd be great. Yeah, so there we go. All right, let's talk a little. We got 2 things to talk about. We can talk about sports, but first James Holmes says this. Ken and Steve versus Jaws. You're on an adequately sized boat. One of you, caked in shark aphrodisiac, goes down in the shark tank. The other is a chainsaw to go after Jaws when it's distracted. Who wins?
Okay.
I mean,
I volunteer as tribute. I'll be the aphrodisiac.
You're going in.
Tank. Yeah,
you're going in the drink.
You don't want me with the chainsaw. I won't be effective at all. I trust you more with the chainsaw.
There's a good possibility that I would end up cutting my own shins off with the chainsaw.
Okay, so maybe reevaluate that.
Yeah, but I don't think I could do the bait. I think I'd die under there. Yeah, Jared says Jaws wins. Sorry, boys. I think
you're in a shark cage, right?
What's that?
Aren't you in a shark cage? Didn't the question say
but
you're in a shark cage?
but I don't like Shark Week. I don't like watching those guys. There's a video that goes around the internet of like dudes underwater in the cages and the shark goes crazy.
The chainmail.
Yeah, I don't like the water. I don't like going in the ocean. I'd have a panic attack and die of a heart attack, and you'd be down me anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the shark's just eating you, then I could just chainsaw it while it's devouring you.
Okay, I'll sacrifice for you. So you have a wife and kids. You have a wife and kids. You get to live on.
Thanks, Ken.
I think that's fair.
That.
That's fair. Thank you,
nice.
James, for that question as always. Little sports. So in the Super Bowl, the big game, at one point there was a jabroni who jumped on the field. He had his meta glasses on. He streaked. He had pants on. He had a website, written on his body. And he was not only taken down by event security, he was taken down by a New England Patriot defensive back who got in on it too.
Did something right.
Yeah. And then a story came out, and I almost saw the headline. I sent it to Steve. Steve did some great research that it said that, hey, a guy who ran on the football field at the Super Bowl bet on himself to do it. He bet $50,000 that someone would do it. Then he did it, and he got $375,000, right? And I said to Steve, I said, we got to talk about this. Because number one, that is not fair. That is complete bullshit. But also, would you do that? Would you do that kind of bet? So, and anyone in chat, would you do that kind of bet? And what would you bet on? Like, what would you agree to do to make that kind of money? Because he paid a $1,000 fine. But there was more to the story, Steve, yes?
Yeah. Yeah, so on the surface, he pays a $1,000 fine. He bets $50K to win $375. I'm not good at math. That means you're up $324. And you're out. What have you put up front plus the day in jail, whatever it was, maybe he had, right? Plus and that $1,000 fine. So yeah, on the surface, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that. I would honestly be more worried about like getting speared by an NFL defensive back or like a really, overzealous Ken Napzok security guard who's like, this is the Super Bowl. Dude, that is the literal Super Bowl of Super Bowls for like the security guards who were like at that field. Like when the dude runs on the field, you're like, this is it. Like my entire, everything has led to this moment. I get to be the guy that tackles the dude on the field at the Super Bowl. That's a big deal. That has to be
the world is watching. Yeah.
The world is watching. Yeah. So, So yeah.
And it's
so
hard.
I think,
Can I say something too? It's
bet.
hard because if you I watched the guy's video with the meta glasses. There's a couple times where some security's like running behind him, and there's some of them kind of in front, and they do like they're like ready because he's running straight at him, and they do the stutter step because they know he's going to move, and they miss. And I've done that before. I was one day like having a coffee, and I was walking around, and I'm in my suit, and I hear on the radio, he's running. We got a 415 mail. He's running. And I turn around, and I'm there. I'm the linebacker, and I'm like, yeah, okay, the boss is going to get a catch today. And I put my coffee down, and I'm doing the stutter step, and he just boom, like he hits that spin button on Madden, and people were watching. Maybe it was on video, people making fun of me. So it's hard. So you're right. They're motivated. They're motivated to get it.
Yeah, that is the moment. But yeah, so the dude from this week, yeah, he was promoting some crypto platform, shit like that, and was wearing his sunglasses. But yeah, the story that you sent me was about a guy who ran on the field in 2021, and this was the Tom Brady Buccaneers Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
And so yeah, he said that he bet 50 grand, won 375. And so when he was actually like asked about it in an interview, it turns out the story wasn't exactly as it appears. So he, when pressed, said he didn't actually bet $50,000. He and a bunch of friends put together a bunch of Bovada accounts, which is like an offshore online gambling site, that they added up to $50,000 as they were able to bet someone running onto the field was plus 750. So just for context, that means if you bet $100, you would win $750 on someone running onto the field, which seems ridiculous. Now, he got called out for this because he said that in the original story, he said he put this bet in Vegas and blah, 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 blah. But when he was asked about it on the radio interview, Vegas doesn't take those kind of bets. They also don't take those kind of bets for $50,000. Right. So that's where he kind of admitted, we did the online thing, blah, blah, blah. As soon as he said Bovada, the next day, Bovada opened an investigation into anyone who had made bets on that action, basically, and refunded a bunch of bets and closed several accounts that they thought were connected to this whole thing. So homie didn't even get his money afterwards.
Okay. I love this is why you go beyond the headline. Going back to the one that happened this weekend, and I'll ask you, Steve, after this, like, what would you do? What would you be willing to do to win a bet like that? Laserbolt does point out a truth. There was two of them, and one got stopped immediately. I am convinced that the first one was a sacrifice, much like me down below fighting the shark.
Yes.
I think the first one was, I'm going to go first. They're going to get me, and you're going to go through the a-hole.
Right through the hole. That's a great,
which is a football term.
Yeah,
the a-hole.
Football thing. Yeah,
the A-gap.
The center and the guard.
Jared says I was right. I didn't read the story. I sussed that out. I'm a dumb guy at the end of the bar, but I know some things. I see things.
That's a smart play. And yeah, the writing the stuff on your chest and everything. Yeah, and like objectively, he was a good looking guy too, so that helps. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think if you're just conventionally attractive, those types of things help.
But
he's not a streaker. You can't call him a streaker.
And can't call him a streaker. There was no flap and dingling.
Nope.
You think the security guards didn't want to tackle him because they were like, "Whoa, that dude's hot."
No. I think it's more of like the pictures and the still images and stuff of the stories just make it like it's. I think of that dude who was like that had the mugshot that was like super
Luigi Mangione,
blue eyes. No, not Luigi Mangione. The dude who was like with the really blue eyes and became a model. I'm like, okay, well, this dude might get some play for some social media platform. Who knows?
It's a smart thing. What bet would you be willing to do?
That's a great question. I think I would. I don't like eating icky stuff or like anything that you see like on Fear Factor. I would be terrible on Fear Factor. I'd be like the last person out.
Yeah.
But I could submit myself to like some like mundane, boring kind of shit for like a long time. For like
you're one of those.
I've seen someone. I saw a stream once where someone bet the other guy like $10,000 that he wouldn't just stare at a wall for like 16 straight hours. Like I could do that. If you're gonna give me 10 grand, I'll stare at something for 16 hours. Hell yeah. Shit like that. Let me go down that road. But I can't eat or put my body on the line. I'm a house cat.
Yeah. So you're like, when you see the memes of like, would you live in this cabin for $1 million 1 year, no power, no electric? Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
for no doubt. I mean,
Right.
well, in a vacuum, yes. I have 2 kids now, so now I'm maybe not like it's more like the emotional
Well,
thing. But if we're
yeah.
if we're just saying like 25-year-old me or whatever, yeah, I do that in a heartbeat.
I'd do that. Yeah, I couldn't do definitely not the streak and definitely not. I mean, I don't run well, so I wouldn't even get to the end zone. Like I'd fall. Here, gunk. They get me. So yeah. Anyways, if you got anything that you bet on yourself, Box Office Jack says, "Hey, boring, mundane shit for a long time. So my day job." Exactly. You're prepared for this. You're prepared for this. There we go. All right. Let's Steve. Yeah, you get a little break here for come back for the end of the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our good buddy Jared, the TIE pilot, clearing his throat, wearing a shirt. He's not actually, and we are going to talk a little Game of Thrones. But first, how are you doing?
Not too. Actually, bring Steve back for a sec, because what you guys were just talking about, the streaker. I need your opinions on this, because I don't know if this is how new this is, but I keep seeing it on the Tickety Talks. Apparently, and it seems like mostly college events, that blank spot in like the stands way up high. It starts with the one dude who runs up and starts twirling the shirt, and then all the bros start. What's our opinion on this? I feel like this is the best example of boys will be boys.
This is. Go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
No, what's the content? Like, this is up at the
so
stadium?
So like,
I've
if you watch
this.
like a college game of some kind, usually football, there's like an empty part of the bleachers where they didn't sell tickets for whatever reason, and it's one guy will run up there and take his shirt off and just start spinning it in the air, and then every dude in the bloody audience will slowly get up there and they all start twirling their shirts.
Twirling. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Okay, yeah. What's my take on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like that's a great, because you guys it just made me think of it, because you were like, what would you do as a sportsman? I'm like, somebody gave me $50, I'd go twirl my shirt around at the game.
$50. Yeah, if you give me, I'll do it for 20 because I need money this weekend. So like, I'll do that. But I as overall, I don't have a high opinion. Like, I don't like beach balls at sports games. I don't like that kind of stuff. Though I don't mind the wave and crowd stuff. I'm just talking about that kind of exhibition-ish behavior. But yeah, I just think they all should get a room. These are frat boys that really love each other's company, but they don't know how to process that, and they should go figure that out in a suite.
See, you're close, Ken. I don't think that these are the frat bros. I think this is evidence of Alden Diaz's take that the male loneliness epidemic isn't real, and that we all just gotta get our shit together. This is like a bunch of like the regular bros who just kind of like, because it always starts. Again, we're not fat shaming anyone, but it usually starts with like some chubby kid who goes up there and is like, I'm the fat kid, just waving my shirt around, and I'm shirtless all by myself, and then a bunch of other people go up there and join it. I mean, it's like a solidarity thing, and it's a little bit of a look at me thing, but it does become like the frat bros are too busy on the first row, trying to, slip things into people's drinks and everything. Like,
right. That's true.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
So, I'm with Jared on this one. I think this is we need more of this in the world. Because it is.
We need more of this. Okay.
Opinion.
All right.
I think we need more.
We had one in our chat. Ranger Donald says, I was those brothers in college. So I'd love Ranger Donald to share some video of that.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like that's just a good example of boys will be boys in a good way, where it's a fun thing. Nobody's being hurt. Nobody's being spiteful. It's just, look at us. We're silly. This is why women live longer.
Yeah, this is true too. All right. I love it. Great question. All right, Steve, you're out of here. There we go. There we go. As he likes to do, Jared calls in to casually talk. This started out as him just forcing me to talk about Game of Thrones again because I kind of had pulled back and retired from a bit. But we are in the middle of our Game of Thrones rewatch. In fact, actually, not the middle. We're towards the end. Season 8 is here. This is our look at episode 2 of Season 8, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Also the title of the great show that on Casually Talk, if you're watching right here on Casually Talk, you can catch the reviews with Alden and I. Jared, how are you doing? And let's get to it.
I'm doing well, Ken. Yes, no, we've got, like you just said, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms tonight, directed by David Nutter, written by Brian Cogsman, and I'm going to jump right into it. This episode gave me the happiest crying moment of all 8 seasons. You don't need a king to make a night.
That is true. Yeah, Brian Cogman writing this. He's the lore guy. Yeah, this is the episode in a controversial season that people still have opinions on. This is a moment, maybe not necessarily the full episode, but this is a moment that carries. People love this moment. In fact, anything, it might have hurt one of the bigger moments later in the season we'll get to between Jaime and Brienne, the decision that Jaime makes, because this was such a powerful moment that had been so earned as we went back to season 2 with this character. What made you cry? And for, I guess for the full context, we're on the cusp of the Battle of Winterfell. The Army of the Dead is here. We got Ed and Tormund and Barrack are like, yep, everyone else out there is fighting for them now. The battle's coming in the dawn. So the war for Winterfell, the Battle of Winterfell is happening. So everyone's having this quiet night before. It's one of, I love this episode, and I love all the quiet conversations or final moments, including Arya, Gendry. We'll talk about that maybe, but Brienne, Tormund kind of learns, wait, she's not a knight. How do you, what are you crazies talking about? She's more of a knight than any of you. I'm paraphrasing the lines. And Jaime Lannister, who of course we know had been on this long journey with Brienne, had some conversations with her earlier in this episode, and she was shocked about his behavior, shocked about his change. He knights her. So Jared, take me back to the moment you first saw it. You're crying. What was the emotions, and what got you?
This was just, I feel like of all the character moments in the show, this was the most earned for a good character. Brienne has been one of those very few people where you can't fault anything she's done. It's always been on the honorable side, on the just side. I mean, even when people try to be like, oh, you switch your allegiances, it's like, she really doesn't, though. She is almost like an Varys sense, where Varys is for the realm. Brienne is for honor. Yeah. Brienne is the Knight of Knights. And to finally see that, and also having it be Jaime, who, you know, we hated him in episode 1, season 1. He was the worst son of a bitch in the world. To all of a sudden being like, no, he's seen this. He had that confession, excuse me, in the hot tub tour about how the world sees him and how he sees the world after stabbing the Mad King. Yeah, it all culminated. Oh, excuse me again. But, and of course, our boy Tormund Giantsbane, I would knight you 10 times. Oh, yeah. I love his love for Brienne, and also him being the first one to clap is actually what made it the first time. I was just like, it was there. I was like, the welling is up, is there. Yeah. All of a sudden, the lips quivering. Him just going, you know, and then I'm like, damn straight, boy. And the smile she gives, it's almost like the first time we've ever seen her truly happy in that moment. It is. So I'm glad you brought that up. And yeah, and all the Tormund Giantsbane stuff is great. And a lot of that, as we learned later on, it was improv. I think going back to season 7, not added in, not necessarily improv on the take, but maybe of just him as a performer making the decision. Like Tormund would absolutely be in for it, for this wonderful character. And then it just played beautifully by Gwendolyn Christie all the way through, that just the disgust in the face of his crush. But you highlighted one of the reasons. Without a doubt, this is a long journey that we built to, and I think a lot of season 8 and some of season 7 has a lot of what I love, which is this kind of tug on the heartstrings of the journey we had as fans. And I don't think it necessarily has to be all big plot moments, so this is one of it. But there's, Hound and Barrack having conversations, Arya and Barrack and Gendry and the Hound. Like I keep saying this term, the all-star game of all these players showing up again on the field, but there's a lot of that, and I think used effectively. But just this really, took, as a fan, especially the first time you're seeing it, you're going back to literally like 7 years ago, and how these two characters started out on their journey, and how bad it was, but how you knew right away there was some sort of respect, admiration, and maybe even love brewing, and it all leads to this wonderful moment. And you highlighted my favorite moment of it is that lingering shot, beautifully done, a little off center of Gwendolyn Christie and her smile. She's a great actor. It's acting, but I felt it as if it was real for her as a human, the performer behind the character. It was such a beautiful moment. It really was. It really was. And just that whole scene itself, with them just having beers by the fire and just waiting, the calm before the storm, as the saying goes. It's just a great overall scene in general. Yeah. But, one of the things I love about this episode, again, we're in the middle of season 8, and obviously, next time out, we're going to be covering The Long Night, and that's still one of my favorite episodes. And I was watching The Long Night episode like a week ago, and I was getting mad. I started ranting to like no one about how could people not like this battle. I'll try not to rant next time out when we talk about it. However, in a season, and this includes season 7, without a doubt, I don't disagree with the notion that the show changes
There's eras of the show, seasons 1, 2, and 3. I think 4 and 5, and then 6, 7, and 8, or maybe season 4, 5, 6. You could divide it up like that. It's a different tone. It's a different approach. The creators, the producers, the writers have said that, like, hey, by the time we got to season 7 and 8, we kind of just wanted to get to the things we've been building to for years. That means the big battles, the final stands, the big decisions. But in a season 7 and season 8 that faces that criticism, sometimes justified, I will admit, especially in season 7, this episode took the time. It was like the big battle's coming. And I remember people thinking, you know, oh, that the battle was going to be, you know, what would have been episode 9 of this shortened season. Yeah. And we thought the battle. And so there was a lot of talk of it's already here. But then that goes against even not that they followed the prophecy of Azor Ahai, but like just that John, if he was truly the Azor Ahai reborn or whatever, you know, to fulfill the prophecy, he was going to have kind of these 3 battles that moved south. Like this was kind of what was going to happen. So the Battle of Winterfell, I think, was always going to happen earlier, but they took the time. They could have done it in episode 2. They could have squeezed all this into episode 1. Mm-hmm. They took the time with this episode, and every one of those conversations, from Barrack and the Hound and Arya saying, "I'm not going to spend my last moments with you old farts," or whatever she says, and then her and Gendry. We can talk about that, but like. I love the time it took to spend with these characters.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, one of our live watchers, Professor Smart Things Addy, makes a great comment here. The whole episode is the most beautiful stage play. And it really could have just been a great stage play of that. But moving on from that, I think another great part of this episode are the scenes between Sansa and Dany, whether it's at the beginning when Jaime first arrives and they're trying to decide whether to take his head or not, kind of thing. Yeah. And then later on when they're talking about just the two of them in the room, and Sansa hits her with, you know, what's going to happen with the North, and we don't get that answer because the horn goes off. But oof, you can by the bell. The tension between those two, and Sansa just immediately seeing through the bullshit. And immediately saying, like, this girl's gonna snap. Like, I don't trust her, and I can see it in her that she might have started with good intentions, but that those are gone. Sansa, I feel, calls it first.
I think there's also a little bit of the circumstances, you know, are just leading everyone to the what might be inevitable, and I do love the scene too as well. And I like that these characters are at odds, and we talked a little bit about our discussion of season 7. In which there was some pushback, I think correctly, how Arya and Sansa were presented as, you know, did we always have to have these female characters fighting each other? And I think there's something important to learn in that, as there always is. But I remember, I'm going back to the podcast days back then, that there might have been some of those conversations around this. But I liked it. I stand by it because these are two powerful people. And they are both trying to get something from each other, but there's also a love and respect, and love. I say, but like, there's a respect. I think it's real from both characters. I think Sansa's coming around on it, but I think Dany's not. You use the term bullshit. I don't know if she's bullshitting. It's just this, like, we got to work together, but then there's this dangling participle of what happens after that Sansa gets to ask. That is just, I like how it's played. I think it's realistic. I think that's one of the things I love about this season is, we're all rooting for this big battle. We're all rooting for the victory of the Night King, but also what hangs in balance is control of this land and traditions and the rule, and the North getting the land back, and the North doesn't want to bend the knee again. No Torrhen Stark's going to happen here. And like, Dany, I do think has good intention. I think she's always had good intentions. I said a couple weeks ago on this segment, she would have been my choice to take the throne. Still think she would have been the right choice. But as with like Marine, her best intentions often run up against the realities of the situation, and how she navigates that is sometimes not where she fails, but where the system fails her, where the land fails her, where the realm fails her, or even her advisors fail her. And I do love the scene because it's not answered in that moment. We don't get to see it, but it's very real. So again, as Addy said, stage play of an episode. I love that.
Oh, definitely. And then a interesting social thing with the fandom and just society in general that came out of this episode. And, you know, you brought it up a couple times already. The Arya and Gendry thing. The fact that people weren't sure how to react to that was kind of interesting to me, because the whole, like, you know, we've watched her become this little girl. It's like, yeah, that was a long time ago in show. Years and years and years have passed. And you're talking about Game of Thrones, where it's been rightfully pointed out many times their use of sexual assault and the lack of choice that they give the women characters. The fact that Arya is in complete control, this is her choice, and then on the behind the scenes aspect, the fact that they went to Maisie and said, it's up to you how we shoot this, what you show, what you don't show, how you act in it. Like, I feel like this was a very, I don't know, like progressive scene for Game of Thrones almost. And I think society took it in a wrong way in some corners.
I know what you mean. Again, I was on shows during that time, and there's, you know, you're watching a performer that you in 2011 saw as a little kid, and this is what happens in the real world. And maybe it's okay that if you're like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, I'm okay with someone coming down on the side of like, hey, time moves fast and it's not 2011 and I'm grappling with that. If you're being sincere in that, I think that's an okay thing. But in terms of the bigger issues too, yeah, I remember those discussions as well. But again, you got to trust the performers sometimes, trust the team behind it. And I think they came to a good spot with it. And I think it's a great character moment for Arya. It made sense for me. I like both these characters. So Gendry is as dumb as a box of the hammers he makes sometimes. But I think it's a very real scene. And yes, you're right. I think in a show that I think the show learned a little bit. I brought this up before. It's repeating it. But the show was developed, created, shot, and then shot again after the failed pilot in a different era of television. That's not an excuse, but a different era where a lot of things, hey, we're HBO, sex position, let's do it, let's go for it, let's push the edges, let's flash things. It's not all bad. I'm not against sexuality, but I think society changed around it, and I think the show did change. The performers also grew. Where Amelia Clark was like, you know, I'm not gonna go nude unless I think it's actually good for the character. Which she did again in season 6, but like, you know, you're not going to get away with some of the stuff you've done before. I think the show matured a little bit, and I think at the end of the day, I like how that scene played and how it was handled. So I think it's a good point.
Definitely, and I have to agree with Addy. We don't like Gendry for his brains. I mean,
yeah,
swing that hammer, bro. Swing that hammer.
Swing that hammer. You're the fast of us too.
But yeah, this was a beautiful. Calm Before the Storm episode. I loved that they took their time with this, that it was a return to conversations between people episode where there's no action. It's just we're gonna let the dialogue and the actors can take control, and they hit it out of the park. I actually, one of my favorite things, how did I forget this? Lyanna Mormont geared up, ready to go, telling your boy Jorah, no, I get to fight. You don't tell me no.
Again, a lot of we don't have time to go through all of it, but Jorah and Lyanna Mormont, Samwell Tarly giving a heartsbane to Jorah. That scene, I think I love the Davos scene with Gilly and the young scarred girl, obviously reminding him of Shireen, and I think there's a bunch of little beautiful moments there, and how it ends. It is the season's going to go beyond the Battle of Winterfell. And by this point, and to have Jon and Danny's kind of like struggling to keep afloat here, I think already. But here she is, the man she now loves, who is short. I do love that the constant short jokes come up, but he reveals who he is. And then the horns blow. The battle's about to begin. I think that was a great ending and sets us up for a great discussion next week of the long night.
It does. So everybody remember to adjust your TV settings for next week's episode.
Don't start with me. God bless it.
Yeah. Come on. I had to make the joke. It's
no. It's just so many. I'm gonna try not to be negative. I just the long night and the discussion around season 8 of Game of Thrones not only drove me out of kind of the Game of Thrones podcast discussion world, but just soured me a little bit on the Star Wars stuff combined with Rise of Skywalker coming out the same year, where it's not what that people. I get that not everyone's going to like or love everything I do. I get that people aren't even going to understand things that I do and others that I work with. I understand we break it down a little different than the other shows out there on the internet. I got that, but just I don't know. There's just some self-righteousness in some of their criticisms, and also just this silly thing of like, adjust your goddamn TV. Mine was fine. I saw everything. Like, and it's the long goddamn night. See, Jared, you're already starting with me.
I know.
All right. That's
all right,
it.
brother. We will see you next week. As always, everybody stay safe and have a good one.
There you go. There you go. All right. Thanks, Jared. All right. We'll close out the show here. Producer Steve, how much beer did you drink in that break?
I finished my last one, so perfect timing. I also looked up the Scrabble score for the base score for participle. 16 points. I'm proud of you.
And I use it as a reference.
It's the first time I've ever heard that word. A
dangling participle. It's grammar, but the phrase dangling participle is one I've used my entire life just to explain something that seems to have no ending. Couldn't even tell you what a participle is myself anymore. I'm years removed from writing books and being a smart kid. All right, but I'm glad we taught you something.
I mean, double word score 32, triple 48. That's a hell of a Scrabble word.
You a Scrabble player, Steve?
No, not really. I just looked it up.
I do every once in a while. I like to play some Scrabble if I'm home with the folks. I'm not great at it.
Make me feel dumb. I feel like I would only let me repeat that. Let me back up on that. I would only want to play Scrabble with people that I think are dumber than me.
Yeah, see, I'm always at the disadvantage then because I'm not Gendry dumb, but I'm not hot enough to make it up like Gendry does.
For it. Well, Gendry's not Gendry's looks are not going to make it up more for him on Scrabble.
Every time I play Scrabble, I'm like trying to sneak in with toy, bird, ankle. Like that's it.
Ankle, ooh, scandalous.
Scandal. Sexy. All right, I think we had everything we were going to hit tonight. Unless you want to talk about the two practice squad players the Miami Dolphins signed. Ooh, I'm excited. We got a 6'8" tight end coming our way. Who actually was on my fantasy team this year.
You also hired Kevin Patullo, fired Eagles offensive coordinator. So good luck with that. Have fun.
What?
Passing game coordinator.
And did you see the passing game coordinator? By the way, what the fuck is this passing game coordinator shit that's been like, I leave the NFL, don't watch it for like 5-6 seasons, and you guys are creating coaching positions now. Mike McDaniel's passing game coordinator in LA is Adam Gase, former Miami Dolphin head coach, not the one that McDaniel replaced. They're going to have some fun conversations.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah.
There we go.
Good things are looking up in Miami.
Good things indeed, we hope. All right. Hey, so I'll try to do something extra. I will not have a show Saturday night. Maybe producer Steve will fire up the gaming channel, but it's Valentine's night, so I'm going to be heading to Julie Golden's Big D dating show at the West Side Comedy Theater in San Diego. San Diego's on my brain. In Santa Monica. That is going to be Saturday night. I think it's a 5:30 start time. I am one of the bachelors. I still think I got booked as a clerical error. I thought I was going to be one of the comics who interview the bachelors and bachelorettes. I'm a goddamn bachelor, so come see me get auctioned off like a piece of meat. It's going to be a lot of fun. You met Julie on the show Monday, everyone. So if you're local, come on by. And then we'll be back at it normal Monday. How about that? Sound good, Steve?
Sounds terrific. Yeah, I'll try to be in, and I'll try to be your step Ken on Saturday. We're celebrating on Friday, so I should be around on Saturday.
Oh, Friday the 13th. Good time to celebrate love. That's it. We'll see y'all. Bye, everybody. Bye.